Hello, everyone. Give me a second. Clean my camera here. How you guys doing? Woohoo! A lot of people are already here. My goodness. Woo! I love when people's already there when I start. I usually don't put my life in advance, so you got a lot of hours to prepare, which is great. Good morning, Amy and Kenny. Good morning. Hi from the UK. Oh my goodness. Bonjour, bonjour. Beautiful morning in Ohio. Kenny's right here. She want to say hi. Good morning. Do you guys hear me well? Do you guys see me? I want to know. Want to know. Ah, let me know, guys. Chat disconnect might wait to reconnect you. Let me know if you see me okay, if you hear me okay. I'm just gonna make myself a little cup of tea. Good morning, cat lady. Friend Gary. Good morning, Gary. I'm from Florida. So you guys hear me and see me well? I'm just gonna grab some water here. Give me a sec. Make myself a little cup of tea this morning. And I'm from the UK. UK must be in the evening, so for you guys. There you go. Open the windows. How's everyone's going? Wall to wall. I'm from Virginia, Louisiana. Woohoo! All right, guys. It's been a while since the last time I've done a live. I feel like it's been such a long time. I don't know why. I don't remember last time I've done a live with you guys that I was like, okay, I think we need to chat together. I'm just gonna make myself do maybe this like this better like this. I'm just gonna make myself a cup of tea, waiting for all of you to come. We already have a bunch of people. I'm so excited. So, how's you guys doing? What are you doing today on this weekend? It's a weekend, huh? Sometimes I forget which day it is of the week. From Nanaimo, we are very, very close. All right, make myself a cup of tea here. I'm gonna have this. It's not in season anymore, but this Christmas tea, which I'm almost done. I really like it. It's got a little orange smell and taste to it. It's really good. Backsplash, look great, awesome. Thank you. Things going along. I'm not gonna show you the back of my van because you guys, probably are. I have two videos that I already record for you guys that you didn't saw yet. So there's a little bit more van build that happened. And this week I'm gonna do even more. I think this week we're gonna tackle a part of my rust at least, and do a couple mini project too as well that I want to add. Kenny she just at my feet and it just like she wants some love. There's people there, Kenny. It's 171 people watching you right now. Hello from California. Hello, Kitty. Mm. We are in the parking lot of Home Depot right now because I've been kind of almost there every day since I renovate the van. From Denmark. Ooh. Some people from around the world love it. Just give me a couple of seconds. My cup of tea should be almost done. We're gonna sit. We're gonna chat with each other. I don't know. My mic is good on my laptop, so I don't want to go too far. From Indiana. So how's the weather on your part of the world? I heard like California in the States have like so much snow right now. What's going on there? I thought you guys told me to drive south to escape the snow and have good weather. And I think Quebec too and Ontario, you get some snowfall coming. Here we had a couple days this week, and I think we're gonna have another cold week. That should be done with maybe more snow. Mhm. Cup of tea, number 2 for today. We're gonna sit, we're gonna chat. All right, give me a sec here. No snow in Florida. You guys see well here? Feel like isn't that well? Maybe that's better. Is it? Is it all right? Give me another second here. I need a blanket. Oh. Sorry guys, I don't want to make you sick. I'm moving you. I'm a blanket person. I need a blanket on me. Okay. Once again, I'll move you again. Oops. Okay, we got it. Sorry about all this. You are on my sweeping table. Good morning, everyone. Blanket people with me. So yeah, it's been a lot of renovation lately, a lot of work, and this morning I was like, okay, I woke up late for my liking, if you want. I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning. I know it's not that late for a lot of people, but I usually edit it first thing in the morning, and it's usually around 10 or so. I'm um I'm ready to start my day, but I woke up quite late, so I was like, okay, let's do a live instead. Uh, I'm making date square. Oh, can you send me some? Oh, you give me idea to make some on the Dutch oven right now. You have no idea. I used to go a little cafe when I was working in Vancouver. They had those most oh, they were so good. Date square, like super like soft and gooey. Oh, okay. Now I want some date square. Oh, that's a good idea. It's been a long time. I never had day square since I'm vegan. Yeah, it's probably a good 4 or 5 years since the last time I had date square. So I'm gonna have to, yeah, maybe the next time I'm going backcountry, you guys gonna see that on the Dutch oven because that's a really good idea. Mm. Where's Kitty? Kitty's on the bed right now. She's on the bed. She's gonna go for a little nap probably. Hmm. What size is my Dutch oven? That's a good question. I'm not quite sure. It's not that big. It's the smaller size. I would say 12 inches, maybe even less than that. It's I will check for you, but it's underneath my bed, and it will take me. I will have to go outside to check it out. 2 a.m. in Australia. What are you doing up at that time? Nice to see all of you guys. So yeah, it's been a lot of renovation lately, and it's uh, it's kind of hard to film and to renovate in the same time, which I knew it would be crazy a little bit like this, but um, it's just you guys don't want to see me doing one thing for if I spend 3 days to do one thing for my van, you don't want to see 3 video of that. So obviously I have to kind of like try to make everything all together and film and moving the camera. The other day I I realized that I spent the day at Chrome Shop renovate the van, and I was like, feel like I didn't do so much for the whole day. And I look at my video and I was like, okay, now I understand why it took me so long. Because I start chopping things and I stop and I move the camera another angle and I keep going. And I'm in the van and I was like, oh, I had to talk to you guys and had something. And I just go grab my camera. I was in the shop. So I have to get out of the van, grab the camera, come back just to tell you what I was doing, which is great to kind of bring you all along with this van bill that's slowly coming up, up, up. But yeah, is a lot of work. And sometimes you're just in your bubble and you just cut things and you do things. You realize, oh, maybe I should film. How do you like the new cast iron teapot? I only tried once in the video that you saw, and so far I really like it. It's great. I think it's gonna be a good way to kind of like make myself a little cup of tea in the backcountry and things like this. I think it's gonna be great. And I was a little bit worried because it's a cast iron that maybe will rust, and obviously we're gonna see our that's gonna come along. But the inside is all coated, so it cannot really rust inside, and even the outside seems to have like some kind of like something else. So yeah, hopefully it's not gonna rust on me and all this. You could do a time lapse of your video. Yeah, but a time lapse will be great, but the video will be a 1 minute or 2 minute long, because if I condense my whole day in 1 minute, I need to talk to make like a 10 minute or 15 minutes video too as well. Sometimes I just do a mini time lapse here and there. It's all right. I just when you're making a video, you kind of like think about the video itself. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this, gonna do that, and all this. You kind of have that in my head, at least for me. And when I'm building something, it's just like it's almost like having two things in the mind. You're like, okay, the video and the van build and what I'm doing and all this. So it's okay. Maybe I'm just gonna get better as things go, but yeah. Mhm. Amy, I like your hair since you cut them. Thank you so much. I'm still, I like them, but sometimes I like them a little bit less. It is the shorter haircut that I have since I'm a probably teenager. Maybe I got traumatized one day when I got a teenager. I cut my hair super short, like super short. And I'm not someone who do things with my hair, who kind of like, I'm not good like making hairstyling and doing things, and I'm not patient. It has to be like, this is how I woke up this morning. I had a shower, so they are semi wet right now, but this is how I woke up, and this is how I like my hair to be, like no maintenance at all, like less maintenance as possible. And my long hair, even though people in the comments and people that I was meeting sometimes like, oh, how do you, like, it's a lot of management and long hair. No, was zero management. Like, I never done anything with my long hair. With my short hair, I sometimes feel like I have to do a little something or make them a little. Right now they look good, but yeah, someday they look a little bit less good. But yeah, and I think I got traumatized because when I had my super short hair, I think I was 14, between 14 and 16, at kind of that age. And I remember going shopping with my mom, and she's got a short hair, and she's tiny, like she's short too. And people was like, oh, she was going to a restaurant that they knew her, my mom, and she was like, "Oh, your daughter look like sister," and my mom was like, "Oh, like what's cool? I look like a teenager kind of." And me, I was like, "No, I don't want to look like my mom." You know what I mean? Like when you're 16, 15, and I was like, "No." and I didn't know what to do with my hair. Like when they grew, like it just like, oh, that was a mess. I didn't look good. I was looking like a little boy, and I don't know. I didn't know what to do with them, so I never cut them short again. But yeah, this is the shortest than for several years. Uh, did you and Chrome ever think about driving a van to Mexico? Where I was talking about it with him this week. I would love to do that once, but I don't know. You kind of like know a little bit more. Even I never been in Mexico in my entire life, so and he went in Mexico, and you know what it is to travel the states and travel all the way to Mexico, and they have different rules and different things. Like like sometimes they're just gonna stop us, and like maybe a little bit not rough, but just like they're gonna stop us for no reason, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, not sure. And also traveling the states okay, but just to take the border we have to, like, you cannot cross the border with fruit and vegetable. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that, and I didn't know they can, there's certain rules, certain things that you cannot do when you cross the country. So but I would love to one day, maybe one day, like spend the whole winter in Mexico. Maybe. Would you be doing the cap floor suit, or it's gonna be a summer job? It's gonna be maybe next week. This is my next project. The floor of my van. If you saw, I don't know which video it was, but I found out that I knew that I had rust, but it got really worse. So yeah, I have rust underneath the floor, the carpet of like where the driver and the passenger is. So I have to take care of that. Um, Come, we just talked about it this morning. He's got all the paint, all the supply. He's been doing some research about, like, what we need, paint converter, sorry, rust converter, and all that stuff. I'm not. It's not something, all the rusting and the paint stuff. It's not something that I'm interested to. And it's not something that I enjoy. I'm more like, just remove the rust, and I don't want to see it again. Kind of like, I don't want to deal with that. But the rust always come back, and I have to, you know, I have to get that, understand that, and I have to do it. So I'm gonna do it probably this week. It's gonna be a big job. It's gonna be one that's gonna be harder to for me to. Oh, it's Joseph. Thank you. You didn't have to. I just saw your picture. I was kind of like hard in the comments, but thank you, Joseph. I hope you're doing great. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna have to do that, and it's gonna be a 2-day job. I'm probably gonna have to try to condense in one video for you guys, so you don't get bored. Um, oh, thank you, Rembrandt, to putting the Patreon. I'm a little bit. Let's go down the comments. Yo, girl, you looking good. Keep all the good work. Thank you, Joseph. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing great. It's been like a little bit. I didn't saw you. Are you still in Victoria area? It's funny when you have a nomad that you would think, even if we are close to the same area, we see each other all the time, but it's not the case. Hey, vanlife plus. Just don't go during the spring break. Oh, probably talking with someone. Hope you're doing great. Okay, where we are. Are you still dealing with recent anxiety issue? When you have anxiety, it's a battle of a lifetime. I'm doing sometimes better than other. Um, I kind of been really pay attention to my anxiety. I'm not gonna talk too long with that, but I've been really pay attention to things that trigger my anxiety, how to better manage it. Try to. I've been a little bit bad this week though, but try to not drink any Coke and Pepsi and things like this because I realized how bad it was in the long term. I kind of slept a little bit the last week though, but I've been doing good. I used to drink Pepsi and Coke every day. Yes, it's bad to say that. And I kind of say that I stopped in December, but to be honest, it's more, I think maybe 2 or 3 times a month now. So it's been pretty good. Just once in a while, if I don't have, I have like, I like bubbly water with kind of like a little flavor into it. I don't like pure water. I know it's bad, but I'm not a huge fan of it. So I need kind of like bubbly thing. So when I don't have that, that's where I tendency to grab Pepsi or Coke because they are everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm going better. Okay, where we are. So what's the weather here? We had a little bit of snow, but it's pretty much gone right now. So the snow is still in the mountain, so the backcountry if you want. So I think it's gonna take us a little bit of time to go back there. But overall, here in town, it's been good. My anxiety been through the roof. Just lost my dad. Oh, I'm sorry, Penny. I hope you send you a good vibe and good vibration. Sorry to hear that. I put the herbal tea in my water bottle, like peppermint or something, make water taste better. So I drink it. Oh, maybe I can try that. Why Chrome call me Emily? It's because that's my real name. That's my full name. This is something. So yeah, my real name is Emily. The reason why I don't call myself that name, it's only because when I moved in BC several years ago, people was asking me my name, and I would say my name, and people was making me repeat it because he didn't hear it properly. And sometimes the way that I say my name in English, it doesn't come up well. So people was like, what you said? What you said? So when I was going at like grab a coffee or things like this, sometimes they ask you your name for the order. And I just got tired, so I started like making names. So every time I was going to grab a coffee, I was like Emma, I was like this and that. I was just making names. And my nickname in Quebec for my friends, they call me Emmy. So you see Kitty's tail going down. Kitty's over there. Uh, so yeah, it's Emmy. So I was like, I started calling myself Emmy just because it was shorter, simple. People were hearing my like my name and all this, and so yeah, every time I was meeting someone that I knew they will not see them again, or I was just calling myself Emmy, and it kind of stayed. So you got it now. But my real name is Emily, and Chrome kind of prefer Emily for some reason. I'm like, whatever. So you can call me Emmy or Emily. Mm-hmm. All right. Where we are, where we are in the comments. Camping at Courtside in Arizona. A lot of people over there. That's what I heard, at least. I've never been there. I got Starlink in Australia. It worked well. Seemed to be around the world. Uh, is going to get it. Yeah, I heard some area that the Starlink is not the faster right now. I'm not on my starting data. I still have to buy a couple of things to have my starting better installed. It's gonna be that very very soon. Um, but I heard that some area in the states it seems to have a very slow starting, but kind of like so. If you don't know, starting work with they put some satellite in the sky, and apparently around Canada we do have a good amount. Why I don't know. So we are really fast starting in a lot of places very north, like really north of Canada. Apparently they don't have that many there, so I'm curious if we end up going north of British Columbia this summer. I don't know how good or bad it's gonna be, but yeah, kind of depend on how many satellite you have in that area. Doo-doo. Okay. Doo-doo. People talking about my name. All right, let's grab some question. Do you guys have question about the van bill, about everything? It's a little morning chat with you guys, even though it may not be morning for you anymore. Okay, it's getting hot here. Can you like when it's hot? Yeah, like yeah. Well, we can be together and alive. Oh, that's a good idea. But I need to stop the heater. I think. Yeah, I think I stop it. It's hot here. All right, what we got? Kenny, you're funny. You're good. You know, Kenny now every morning when I edit video, she is on my lap, and it was so funny. If you saw the video of her playing the snow, I was editing that, and I don't know if she kind of like saw herself in like when I was editing because she was looking at the screen and I was editing her, like, I make a little segment with cute little music and all this because she was super playful. And she was looking at it like kind of like super curious. I was like, oh, he's so funny. Thank you so much, Carol. Thank you, fan number one. Yeah, you pretty much are. She's on my Patreon. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Vanlife Regina, thank you. I hope you're doing great. We talked to each other on the live last year, almost a year ago. Kind of like surprise. Hard time to say live. Oh my life just okay. I got it. Sorry, my something was frozen there. Had problem. Are you reading any book right now? No. All those books are old book right now, so I don't have any. If you have a good suggestion, I'm more into self-help book. So Resident Nomad, hope you are staying warm up here. Yeah, it is warm. In fact, my heater didn't shut up. Thank you to remind me. Okay, I got it. It is really, really warm in my van. Outside is a little bit cold though. Alright, sorry. Let me know if Kitty doing bad stuff behind me. Uh, she had a lot of fun playing the snow. She's not. A lot of people is like, oh, why Kitty doesn't go outside very often, or she used to go way more before. She's getting lazy, guys. Before I was going outside with her, like before I started YouTube, I remember when I was working all this, I had to go outside with her 2 or 3 times a day. She was going for a walk, and we're doing like sometimes some hike. Like we're going out for a good amount of time, and she wanted to go outside all the time. This year, she's lazy. I think since we put the heater on, she's been she's like, it's so warm here. Why don't I go outside? So she's getting lazy. So I had to, on that day that it was snowing, that the fresh snow, she didn't want to go outside. It's me kind of like, let's go, Kitty, let's go for like, a good 10 minutes until she's like, okay, I'm gonna go. But yeah. Um, So she's getting lazy. She just wanna and a warm like it can be so warm in the van. The other day I had the heater. I went to have a big old with Chrome. I left the heater for Kitty on, and it was the sun came out, and it was 26 inside the van, and she was like, "Yeah, it's so good." And I never put the van at that hot. And if you worry, she could have went if it was too hot. She could have went in the front dash. It would have been like so much better for her. But no, she left. She left when it's super warm. And in the winter, she drive on the passenger side beside me. In the summer, you're probably not gonna see so much clip of that because she doesn't drive with me on the passenger side because I put the AC on because it's hot and she doesn't like the AC kind of like on her. So she's gonna go hide, but not hide, but she's gonna go underneath my seat of my driver's seat. And it's cold there, and she's gonna when I'm driving, that's where she's gonna be. Someone said you have a cookbook. What's the name of it? The Nomad Cookbook. It's the first in the description. If you have access to the description below this video or any video, it's gonna be the first line. You have the link there, or you can go on the catladyvan.com in the shop section, and you have access to the cookbook, which, by the way, thank you so much for everyone who purchased the cookbook. It's been something that I've done because you guys asked me a lot about it for the past 2 years, and I was like, I don't know. It's a lot of work. It was a lot of work, but it was fun. And now that I've done once and I kind of like know what to do on, I've been like, maybe we could have to do a second one. Maybe on a campfire the next one. That would be great. But yeah, it's been awesome, and you guys just love it. People just sometimes put in the comments they try one recipe and love it and all this. So yeah, thank you so much. Oh, someone put the. Do you order stickers? Are they still available? Yes, I do have stickers. Got the cookbook. Awesome. Yeah, on the same website you have the 2 stickers. I was I put it on my video. You're gonna have to see that too on the video. But the 2 stickers. Let me grab some. They are right here. I have some that's gonna be discontinued. Give me a sec. All right. Where are you going, kitty? You don't want to stay with us? So you have my logo. This one will stay on the website because that's my logo, obviously. But this one's gonna be discontinued. I'm not gonna order more, so I think I have maybe 30 left or something close to that. I'm not quite sure. I would have to count it, but those ones gonna be discontinued. And the patch 2, did I have a patch? Yeah, right here. The patch 2, that's different the last time. The this one here might repost it later on, but for now, that's gonna be discontinued. I'm gonna do another design or something eventually, but yeah. So it's all on my website again, kathlenevan.com in the shop section. And thank you again. Well, now that Kitty's not here with me. Now that Kitty left. Uh, okay. What company do you use for sticker? The company is Sticker Knot. They are located in BC in Invermere. Mm-mm-mm. Do-do-do-do. Excellent idea of all campfire recipe. That would be great. That'd be a lot of work though. I would have to take a picture, and I'm picky with my picture. That's my problem. Which I even the picture on the Cookbook, a lot of people mention nice things about it, but I was so like I wanted to be perfect as I could with the camera gear and the fact that I had zero experience like taking picture of food. Not something that I do. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I would have to take a picture with the campfire maybe behind or something cool. I don't know. Uh, all right. Some people put the link of the cookbook. Thank you so much. Hmm. How do you survive a Canadian winter in van? It's not that bad. People seems to obviously I don't live in the most harsh area in the Canadian field. Uh, Here in BC, where I am, Vancouver Island is the warmest spot probably around like the whole Canada. So it's pretty good. I did spend 3 years without a heater though. And the colder that I slept was minus 17, I think. I don't know in Fahrenheit what it is. But yeah, it was cold. But when you have like good sleeping bag and you all warm up, it's good. And now that I have a heater, you just start a heater and that's it. It's a little bit challenging for my van to drive in the snow though. And next before the next winter, I'm gonna buy tire chain and things like this um, to be more prepared to play in the snow and just stop being like I get so frustrated when I get stuck with my van because well I can call like to get tow and which never happened but I can do that but sometimes I just need a small little push it just I just need a small little push that's it and if I was with just someone I would be like okay go outside go be able to push it we're gonna pass that tiny little hill that I just get a little bit of ice and I'm just stuck into it which is just what's frustrating me so every time it's kind of a icy condition, I don't drive so much because I don't want to get stuck. I love the snow fight with Chrome. Yeah, it was a cool one. Okay, where we are. Try to probably some comment got it. Did you? Uh, what's my favorite comfort food? Hmm, that's a good question. On like a cold day, I crave like some if you want fast food and things like this or pasta. Um, yeah, I will say that. It's kind of like because of like comfort food because I used to not be vegan and now I'm vegan. Obviously, like I don't have those things that I used to when I was not vegan that my mom made, like a chicken noodle soup. uh which was, like the comfort food that my mom was making when I was young. So but now like I just love like big bowl of pasta, which I don't eat that often. Uh, Carry on. Good morning. Is it you? Send me the blanket. Let me know. Let me know. I receive a blanket. It's on my next video. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. If that's her, because I have to. Hold on. It's got stuff on top of my bed. Oh, I'm gonna show you that, guys. Okay, I received this beautiful handmade, beautiful little heavy blanket that Kenny and I has been enjoying. And that was, I remember your name, but I don't remember your business name, which I have to go get the business card. So let me know if that's you, and you can put your Facebook page. She make like that was so good. Like we received that Chrome and I was like, oh my god, so heavy and comfortable. So I don't know if that's you. That was the same name though, but it's a beautiful blanket, super heavy, and I love heavy blanket. What's my favorite thing to get at Tim Horton? There's not so much vegan stuff at Tim Horton. Only everything bagel, toasted dry with peanut butter and a cup of tea. Orange pico or Earl Grey tea, if they have decaf. Try to be decaf. So they barely have anything at Tim Horton vegan, but that's good. I like their bagel. I'm sure many of us admire all you all deal with the winter. We are having usual cold weather here in California. Some people adapt to the cold. Yes, I blame. Like I feel you guys. If I don't know, I saw crazy things on the news that you guys had like piles and piles of snow in California. If that's true, let me know. But yeah, I feel you guys if you are living in a van not used to the winter. Me, I have everything. Like it can be super, super cold here right now. I have all the blanket, I have my heater, you know what I mean? I'm used to the cold winter because it's been, I think, the fourth winter now, if it's not fifth winter in the van, and a lot of winter without even a heater. So I got like heating pad, those little hand warmer, and all, all of this. Like if my heater will break down, I'm still prepared. I still have everything. You know what I mean? So I feel you guys if you are being surprised by all the cold weather and the snow, and you were not prepared. Like some people don't even have a heater in their van. Some people just always escape the winter and try to be somewhere warm, which is great if you can always go more and more south. But sometimes we have work and sometimes we just want to stay in one town for whatever reason. So yeah, it's hard for that. Mm. I love you and your boyfriend site. You can use like Home Depot 3D design site to help you design process. Oh, I didn't know they had on their website a 3D design sign site. Hmm. I would have to go check that out. I don't know if it's just in the States or in Canada, or I guess you can just design whatever you want. That's cool. I'm more like I put one thing and that one thing is gonna help me put the second thing. I'm kind of like that person more. And it's just a small space to design a van that everything needs to, in my head at least, everything needs to flow together. You know what I mean? So all the cutter and things need to, because it's one big piece all together. You know what I mean? It's so small. But I do like having different texture. That's more what I like in my van. So things coming along, things really like design wise, still a lot of work. Uh, I got a knock from a ranger. We didn't open the door. It went away and left a warning notice. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. They give you just a notice. I talked to what do they call it, by law enforcement guys. Um, one knock on my van. I was up north in one little. That was Stewart. I think that was the community that I was, and I was parked in front of a park that said the park closed between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Let's say, and it was like 7 or 8 in the evening, and I got a knock. I thought that was a subscriber or whatever. So I went in the front and looked, and the guy's like, you cannot park here, you cannot sleep here, and blah. I'm like, well, I'm not sleeping here. I was in the back watching a movie. I'm not gonna sleep here. That was not my intention to sleep there either. And I was like, but the park said that it's closing between 10 a.m. so I can stay all the way to 10 p.m. And it was like, yeah, but I'm better to not see you first thing in the morning there. And he thought that was really like wanted to sleep there, and other car was there. So I thought I was like, obviously you didn't knock on the other cars. You just knock on my van to tell me, don't sleep there. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna move. And the guy laughing, it was okay, but I was like, I'm just gonna move, so no problem, and and it doesn't look for my van first thing in the morning. But I was like, I didn't do anything wrong. I was there during the right time. I was still allowed to be there. And I looked after that on Islander to find place to sleep that night. And up to going in the campground just to make sure I don't end up seeing that Bala guys again. But I look at the Islander, and that place where I was on Islander as a place to sleep. And I was like, okay, now that makes sense. That's why you probably saw so many van, and maybe they just put the sign that the park was closed, or maybe some van lifer didn't really care about the sign that was still sleeping there. It was a super small community, so I feel like people probably didn't pay attention too much to the sign, or to the bylaw. It's like, I can sleep there no matter what. But yeah, he just gave me a knock. He never gave me any like I was allowed to be there anyway, but I don't mind if I get the knock eventually from a Bada person and they just be like, you cannot sleep here. It's okay. I was not mad at the guy. I was just a little bit. The sun is behind me, sorry. I was like, I was allowed to be there. That's it. Like, don't be rude with me. Ugh. Is it better? Yes, a little bit better. Maybe I'm gonna have to put something in my window. Um, Maybe a creepy person was reporting me. I don't think so, because a lot of people was parked beside me. It was in the summer, so it was still daylight outside. Like I said, it was probably 7 o'clock. I think the guy just saw my van. He was doing a tour of the city, the little town, I should say, and he saw my van, and he just wanted to make sure that I didn't sleep there. And probably had a lot of other camper who was sleeping there on the regular basic, and didn't realize because it was on Islander, the site. So it's just the way that the guy's like, I'm better to not see you first thing in the morning. I'm like, I get it, guys. I get it that, I don't try to break the laws. I was allowed to be there. That's it. And I know that happened to other people in the middle of the day. You know, they get a knock like for just people, but just want to make sure they don't sleep there. I don't think a lot of baila, maybe sometime, but I don't think a lot of baila have like a night shift. You know what I mean? I don't think a baila guy's just gonna drive all night and try to knock on some van that parking beside the street. You know what I mean? I think they are doing other stuff during the day and they look for van too as well, and like, oh, you know, it's the end of my shift, it's 7 o'clock, this person is parked where a lot of other van lifers used to park there. And you know that people in the area complain that they are always parked there for several hours and all day and all night. So he just went and knocked, but I was not there for long. I remember I was parked, I was watching a movie, so maybe I was parked in that parking lot of that little park for 1 hour. So not like a no, not for several hours. It was okay. It's not a big deal. I think when you live in a van, you have to understand and kind of like be not used to, but understand that some of the thing that might happen. You know, someone just want to make sure you're not gonna sleep there. Someone cop may stop you and be like, "Oh, you okay? Everything's all right." And yeah, you know. All the Walmart closing here. There's nine. We had uh, here in the U.S. We have nine closed. I presume you're talking about the parking lot. Here we don't. There's maybe 50% of the Walmart that allow you to park in the parking lot. Let me put something on my window. Oh, that's better. Oh no, there you go. That's better. But for everywhere, like if you park at Walmart, if you park anywhere, park where you can, obviously, but park at night and leave it first thing in the morning. Don't park there all day, all like I make some videos about it. One of the place that I used to park for a very long time because Squamish was the place that I was working for 2.5 years that I was working there as a janitor, and 1 year in my car, 1 year in this 1 year and a half in this van. And I was there at night after my last shift. So I was working in the kind of evening. So I was done at work at 9 o'clock. So I was going in Walmart Park, and around like 6 or 7 max, I was gone. And so the only person who saw me sleeping in Walmart was the guy who was grabbing the carts because he was starting his shift before the Walmart. But other like people like worker at Walmart never saw me. I was there only when the Walmart was pretty much closed. And now that I went back at this Walmart, it's kind of make me sad now because there's like RV that park there all day long, that stay there, that don't move. And I know eventually that Walmart is gonna be that's enough. And they're probably gonna put the sign, no overnight camping, and that whole town's got bylaw that you cannot park in their street anymore. So the only time I'm gonna be able, the only place if I go back in Squamish that I'm gonna be able to sleep will be in the backcountry. And people's, unfortunately, I know what's gonna happen. Some people is gonna, put the old camper is gonna spray all the garbage, maybe, or things like this. That I don't want that to happen either. So yeah, just move, guys. I understand some people don't have the money to move, and that's the second problem. That's I get that someone just got like RV, a car, or van, and that's their last resort. Before after that, they have to live on the street. That's a different thing. If that's the case, I get it. Even those people just moving down the street. It's not hard. You don't have to move very far. You don't have to go to another town. Just move a little bit. just so people you don't park in one place the whole time. I think that's just gonna help everyone. That's my opinion, at least. We sleep on the street. That's mainly now that I'm away of Squamish. Like I said, Squamish has its own bylaw that you cannot sleep in their street. But yeah, usually that's most of the time that's in the street too that I sleep. Sometimes I like a parking lot, Costco, Walmart, or the two that sometimes allow you. If there's one, I will do it. But watching from Winnipeg. Hello. Mm. Oh, our Walmart ban overnight parking. Yep, I know that's happened a lot. And I think people that leave their big RV all day and go to work or go somewhere else visiting the town, and that's not a campground. Sorry, I'm reading. Any possibility of us, we have subscriber here today, going a sneak peek of the front of the van. The front? You want to see the front of my van? Like, you want to see where I drive? Or you want to see the back? Because the back is where I did some renovation. So you guys don't see the back right now. But the front, it's a mess in the front. I don't know if I want to show you that right now. Let me see. Can you see the front? There's a mess in the front. All right, people are talking about the back. Ah, she wanted to see the back of my van. No, it's gonna be the next video. You already saw a sneak peek already. Just look at the thumbnail of today's video. Please. Ah, seriously? Me. Okay, you guys barely see. It's because my camera doesn't pick up things. But I installed the wall in the back. I know you guys didn't see it. It's just my camera of my laptop. It's not the greatest. That's gonna be not the next video, the video after. I installed that. We love the back of your and your backsplash. Thank you. Yeah, Patreon already saw that. I sent them picture yesterday. They have sneak peek. All right, let's skip all the Walmart parking lot issue. uh, do you have a small? Do you have? Does your van have a thermal layer between the walls and the wood? So between the walls, there is 1.5 inch now in the back. I had some more installation, 1.5 inch of pink insulation, and some section, some reflectic. So this is what I have in the back, and I open all my walls. I made the full video about like moisture, and I used to have some problem with mold before and all this, and I'll like resolve it. But yeah, so pink insulation, all this We are good to go, and my walls doesn't go all the way in the bottom, so they can breathe. That's the key, breathing, guys. So if there is any condensation, moisture, or anything else, uh, it can like dry out in this. And the bottom of my bed, so you have my bed bath platform. The bottom is all open. So when I start my heater, the heat can go in the bottom of my bottom, sorry, of my bed, and stay the same temperature than me when I sleep. So I don't have any condensation underneath the mattress. I've been checking several times every winter. So some of my friend had problem in the past, and it's a commonplace for a lot of van lifer to have condensation and moisture and mold sometimes building up underneath the mattress. So I've been lifting and looking at it. Uh, Everything is dry, so I don't have any problem. And I think it's because I have a thick mattress, so my body heat doesn't transfer very well because it's so thick. In a second, I think because I have an open bled platform, if you want, that all the warm hair, and my do have a dry hair heater, so all of this make that it's dry. But yeah, no mold, no mold. So yeah, pretty much the only place that I didn't open, like all my this, I opened it to uh paint them. I opened the back walls. I opened the wall in front of the kitchen. All of this was dry. The only one that I didn't look, and maybe eventually we're gonna do it for those one. And if I open this one, I'm gonna put more insulation. Okay, where we are in the comments. Do you have a plan for a road trip in the States? No plan for the road trip in the States. When? I don't know. I do have a lot of project of van renovation that I'm not gonna be able to do everything this winter, and I think the next winter is gonna be more renovation and more project. And my boyfriend, well, Kitty just she's in the front playing. Uh, next, what do I say? Next winter, comes to get project with his van to build, and probably still gonna have some project too. So it's not gonna be this winter, obviously, and not gonna be the next winter. What? Do you guys hear her? She pretty much screamed. What? We're having a live, Kitty. You want to talk to them? No. And I don't have any plan for this summer road trip. The only thing that I kind of have in plan is maybe to go north of British Columbia. So it's gonna be a smaller road trip than the one that I have last year, obviously, because we crossed Canada and went all the way to Newfoundland. But yeah, I think that's gonna be north of BC, and I think we're gonna start the road trip. Well, we're definitely gonna start the road trip later on, because last year at this time I left British Columbia for my road trip. So it's gonna be later on. I'm gonna maybe May. I think the year, sorry, before that, I start my road trip in April. So I think it's gonna be maybe in May, because I do have a lot of project. But I know when the sun and the warm weather is gonna come back, I'm gonna want to go start traveling. So who knows? Do I like my starting? Yes, the starting. I'm not currently doing the live with Starlink. The only thing that I need to install the Starlink a little bit better, and I order some stuff. They are in my mail right now, and I have to go at my mail, which is not where I am right now. So eventually, I'm gonna do the last little test to eventually only have Starlink for my internet connection. That's the plan. Ta-da! What's the next project? Come, presume on my van. That will be the Rust. So probably this week I'm gonna remove my two seat in front, and I have rust underneath the floor. So I think that's gonna be the plan. That's gonna be probably a 2-day job. That's gonna be a big job because I need to remove the two seat, which hopefully is gonna be easy to remove. I have to remove the carpet, the vinyl carpet that I have in the front. I need to grind all the rust, which is gonna be a lot of work. I need after that to paint. The paint need to dry for 8 hours. I think that's what Chrome told me. Or the rust converter. I'm not quite sure, and we have to paint after that too. So yeah, it's a big job, a lot of work. So at least a 2-day job, I think. Mm. Remember, Amy, slow and steady win the race. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a long process, guys. A long process to redo the van, rebuild it, and obviously this van. I don't know how long I'm gonna have this van. There's some rust. The mechanic is otherwise doing super good. I think the previous owner put some rust converter or rust protector, they call it, I think, underneath the van actually, because I got no minimum rust, if you want, barely anything, like where the engine and where everything is. I only have rust into the outside of the van. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, and I never had any mechanic issue with this van. Only little sensor here and there, and that was at the beginning of the van. So yeah, I've been doing really, really good. So how long I'm gonna have this van? Maybe for 5 years. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, I could like stretch this van and stretch, what, and it's falling apart. But to be, to feel good and to have like a good van and not feeling like I'm stretching things. Maybe if I'm lucky, 5 years, maybe a 2 years, who knows? But I have to keep that also in mind into my van redesign and rebuilding things, that it's not a brand new van that I might have for the next 10, 20, 15 years. You know what I mean? Is something that I might only have for 5 years. Who knows? Like, I have no idea. Right now, it's been awesome. Right now, I have no mechanic issue. I crossed all Canada, all the way to Newfoundland, and came back with zero stop to the mechanic. Zero stop. I went and I think we did a one stop into Prince Edward Island. I did some tire rotation, which is normal. I did oil change, which is normal. Oh, I think I thought that I had some problem with my brake. They were due. It only happened that there was some sand between the disc. So the guy cleaned it, and thing was great. So yeah. So yeah, zero 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 problem with the van. It's been more than a year that I didn't go at the garage to actually like do some any problem. I went to the garage, did some maintenance. I did a big checkup before my road trip, make sure that the van was good, like, and doing some whatever we changed at that time. I don't remember, but yeah, nothing great, nothing big. Question: did you, Kitty, grow up in your van? How old is she when you got her? I remember to. So, Kitty, she's probably. How old are you, Kitty? Oh, she's sleeping. I think she's 7 now. I've been say 6 for a very long time, so let's say she's 7. She's a rescue cat. So the story, if you don't know, I talk about a couple of times, but everyone loves a cat story. I don't know, I like it. So to do short, I rescue her. She was, but the vet says probably 8, 9 months old when I rescue her. She was just walking the street. Someone dumped her in the area that was living before. I was in a house at that time. I was renting the basement of a house, and my two other cats passed away in the same year. So I had zero cat, and I obviously saw her. I was always going for a walk in the evening with my headphone on, and that time I didn't put my headphone, and I heard her little cat meowing, and I saw her, like, she pretty much ran to me, like, right in my arm. Super lovely. She was shedding, like, I never saw a cat shedding. Like, I couldn't pet her. It was just like coming off over was insane. I never saw a cat shedding like this. And I saw her, I grabbed her, and I was like, okay, well, you're gonna sleep here in the house until I find your owner. I thought that she was maybe lost. It was a small little community, and I was like, maybe someone just got a cat, and I'm not aware. And at that time, I was a dog walker, dog trainer. So I was walking some of the dog in the neighborhood. So I called a couple of people and, like, oh no, we saw that cat. It's been walking in our yard for like a week and a half. It's definitely someone to dump her. That happen every year. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna put her back outside. You know what I mean? It was a place where we had a lot of coyote, like a lot of wildlife. So yeah, she stayed inside her house, and I tried to find the owner, put a sign. Obviously, never find the owner. And at that time, me and my ex-boyfriend was not working very well. I knew that I would have to move eventually, so I didn't know if I wanted to keep her. I didn't know if that was possible. I really like cats. I was like, I cannot get rid of her. I cannot find her a new home. All that stuff. So I decided to keep her, and yeah, me and my ex, things didn't work out. I had to move, and it's very hard to rent place here in British Columbia. Um, if you want to rent with a dog or a cat, it's really hard. Like, a lot of places, they don't want animal, and in British Columbia, the rent is really expensive. So to rent a place with roommates, it was $800-900. It's quite expensive, and a lot of them, if you are just a roommate, you don't want to, like a cat. They don't want them to scratch the whole house and all this. So I didn't have a place, and like I was like, oh, what I'm gonna do? And I moved into my car too as well at that time. And I was like, I cannot live with my in my car with the cat, and I plan of like renting a place, but I couldn't afford it on my own. So I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do with the cat? And my ex was like, well, I'm gonna keep it. Like, she entertained me, she's great, and she was going outside during the day and come back home at night. Like, she was really outdoor cat, like right away. I remember she wanted to go outside and it was pouring rain, and I was like, yeah, you're not gonna go far. Like, I had cat before, you know what I mean? Like, they don't go. She was walking in the rain, like super happy to be outside. She was definitely a outdoor cat before I got her. So yeah, he kept her for the whole time that I was in my car. And at one point, I had a phone call that someone found my cat. She's got a little chip with the phone number that aligned to my phone, and someone found her. And I tried to contact my ex boyfriend. He didn't answer the phone, so I had to pick her up. And I was still in my car, but was looking for a van. So she went 3 weeks at the cat boarding place until I found this van. So I was in a rush to find this van. I couldn't like keep her in the car. That was just, at the end of the summer, it's not a place for a cat. Um, so that's what I did. And so she's been in the van since I have the van. She's did very good right away. She's been like you heard, like you I said, she's been an outdoor cat. So I put her on leash right away, and she was like, not a huge fan of the leash, but she was like, wanted to go outside so bad that the leash was like, oh, if I have to go outside with leash, and it's okay as long as I go outside, kind of, you know what I mean? So we went outside all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. We had a couple. I wish I had recorded all those times at the beginning of the van with Kitty. It was hard. I didn't know if that was possible for me and her to be together in the van. Um, I was, like, I was like, is it gonna work? I don't know. I was super worried that she would escape or try to escape. She done it a couple of times at the beginning, always in a place that she could. Like, I was so lucky for that. She never tried to escape in like in busy area or at the gas station or sneak behind when I, you know what I mean? It was mostly when I opened the door too long and we were at the park or something, she tried to escape and I just shake the treat and she's right back to me. Like nothing far. I was lucky at the beginning. So yeah, that's the story, Kitty. So she's been really good. She loved driving in the car right away from day one. The first time that I bring her to the vet after that I rescue her, she was sleeping on the passenger side. So right away I knew that was strange. So that's the reason why I thought that maybe it could happen inside the van too as well. Yeah, she's doing good. And for people to worry about moving into a vehicle with a cat and worry that the cat will escape, which is one of the biggest fear that I have, and a lot of people do have that fear. What I had in mind and what I saw some people doing is between the front and the back, they put the actual wall with the door. So when you drive, you can put the cat in the back or in the crate, and when you go out of your vehicle, you can put the cat in the back and close the door so you know the cat is in the back and you can open your door without the cat to escape. So be super careful about leaving the cat with the cat in the car. Obviously, extremely careful with the heat and all this. I'm not gonna cover that, but yeah. Um, yeah, I wish you luck if you are going to live in the car with the car in the van. But I do make a video, by the way, all the step, because I used to be a dog trainer, so I trained cat before too as well when I was traveling. When I did sorry, when I moved with two of my other cat. Whew, it was hard to say. Um, I trained them, so I've made a video. Go in the playlist. I think it was traveling with the cat or van life with a cat. I make a playlist with I think it's got 3 video. The basic of like traveling with a cat, walking on a leash with a cat, and how to make your cat comfortable traveling. I think those are the 3 that I made. So you can go back to that. Phew, that was a big story. Okay, where we are. Please make an Amazon wish list. Oh, that's the first one telling me this that I should do that. I have no idea how to do it. I should look. It's probably super easy. I'm gonna look at it. I do have a lot of project online to do. I want to redo my website. I have so much project right now. My cookbook. It's a third party, a different business that take care to send you that, just because it was complicated for me to do it by myself, but now I found better things I can do. So I need to change a lot of things into my website and my thing. But yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to add on my list too as well, because you're not the first one asking me this. Okay, I need a cup of tea. When I start, oh Terry, I didn't saw your comments. I love you, Van, but this to start new. But use this to start your new and fun. Thank you, Terry. I do put a little bit of money on the side, by the way, for van repair. If I need to go at a hotel for several days, especially when I have a cat, everyone should have that and fund for a new van eventually too. So if you can, do your best, guys. If you live in a van, to have plan B, C, and D, like I call it. At least for me, who have a lot of anxiety, that's how I feel better. I have money on the side for when things go wrong. I'm not in a stress. The van breakdown, me and Kitty's got a little carrier. We can go at the hotel for a couple of days. I can ask the mechanic if I can sleep in their backyard or whatever in their place, if possible, or eventually buy a new van. So, but thank you, Terry. Mhm. Okay, where we are. Girl, you sound like me. I don't know if you're talking about me. Oh, Penny Crane. Hey, you doing? I would love to foster a cat, but I would get attached. Yeah, that's why I never. I will want to keep every cat, every dog if I was to foster. But that's a beautiful thing to do. I would love to do that one day. I don't think they accept people living in their van though to foster dogs or cat. I don't think so. Maybe someplace do. But yeah, I would love to add a little brother or sister to Kitty one day too. Kitty, Kitty, would you like a brother or a sister one day? I think Kitty will love it. Kitty is it's a cat that love other cats. She didn't get around so much with other cats, but she do play like like if I was brother or sister, she just play. She kind of play rough sometimes, and she got a couple times experience with other cats, and she was super playful too. So mm, yeah. The only reason why I'm a little bit on the defense side, if you want to get another cat, is because I know Kitty. I know how good she is in the van. I know things just like floating well. She doesn't try to escape on me. She's really good. I can go on leash with her, and now a new cat will be a different scenario. If I have a baby cat, obviously Kitty over the sea, she's gonna oversee. You're gonna show her the best thing of you, huh? Gonna teach her the best thing, not the bad thing. uh, but yeah, that's maybe I would love to have a second cat. I would love to have a lot of animals. I would love. Mhm. Terry White, hi me, kiss for kitty and me to buy her a treat. Oh, we're gonna have to give her a treat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give you a treat, kitty. Thank you, Terry. Mm. Oh, Jeffy Bear. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I hope I heard that Ontario, Toronto especially, have a lot of snow right now. Is it true? It's the beginning of March. Snow should be over now, eh? Mm, love from Ontario. Our hotel allow you to have cat? Yes. Some area seems to be a little bit more. One time, that was the first summer me and Kitty start traveling. I think so. Yeah, the first summer we had the super big heat wave in BC. Like I think it was historic, like it was really big. And I drove that day, and when I stopped driving, obviously the the AC was on when I was driving. And when I stopped, I thought I would park in the shade, let Kelly outside. It's just a hot day. That's it. That's what I've been doing all the time. When it's hot, if it's too hot to stay in the van, we go outside. I just put the chair, I just hang out with Kelly. She sleep under the tree. That's it. That's all. And we went outside, and it's just like, like that big like puff of heat, like just oh, it's way more hot than I thought it would be. And I think that's was the problem. Kelly overeat. She start panting. She start overeat. Uh, and I just freaked out, and I was like, I cannot sleep in the car. It's so hot. Kelly's overeat right now. I need to start my AC. If I start the AC, the van's gonna be even more warm. And my instinct was just like, we need to go at the hotel. So we drove to the next town. The town was right beside me, and the first hotel that I stopped, I said I need a room for me and my cat, and they were like, "Yeah." And I work in the hotel industry too, and we're allowing cat and dogs too as well. But when we went in Quebec, me and Chrome, we start for his birthday. I tried to find a hotel room, and all the hotel room were booked, and they only have like 4 or 5 room for dogs and cats. Like they only have like a couple, and they were all booked. And some place for Chrome, I know they were saying, because we tried for the dog first, so like, did you allow a dog? After that, we're going to tell them we have a cat too. And they were like, what size is the dog? Oh no, the size, the bit, it's too big of a dog. They allow like a little chihuahua type of. So yeah, maybe some area you would have problem with harder time, I should say, with a cat or a dog. But yeah. Do you know if people do van life in Edmonton, Alberta? I used to live in Edmonton. It's cold. Uh, I know some people living in Calgary, which is not that much warmer. There's some people who are here today that live in Calgary. I know some people living in Winnipeg, in which is not that much warmer either. Personally, I don't know any person, sorry, in Edmonton, but if you are in Edmonton, living in a van, your car, let me know. But yeah, you need a good heater, obviously, and you have your heater probably on 24/7, which some people living in Calgary and in Winnipeg do have their heater on all the time too, as well. So it will not be impossible. The best part about Edmonton, though, they don't have so much snow. I live in Edmonton for 2 years, I think. Yeah, 2 years. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, it's been an hour and a half that we are chatting with each other. I think it's almost lunchtime for me. I'm gonna have to leave you, I guess, pretty soon. I'm gonna let you with kitties eating some treats. What do you guys think? All right. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab some treats. She know, by the way. uh, so, well, guys, we will see you in the next video. Me and Kitty, stay there. That's a good spot. And I hope you enjoy. And yeah, we will see you in the next video, guys. Have a good day. Kitty said thank you, by the way. That was good. She's like, yeah, you have more? Oh. Alright, guys, we will see you in the next video. Want to say bye? Want to give them a kiss? It's not the camera, huh? You don't know what to kiss. Was good? Yeah. Alright, guys. We will see you in the next video.